Welcome back to Iron Sharpens Iron. In today's episode, we are sitting with Samir Amin, an MIT cross country and track and field athlete. He is from Olympia, Washington, and is pursuing computer science with a minor in mathematics. Here is the brag board, and we'll get into the interview soon. And the interview starting in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the show. Hello, welcome to Iron Sharpens Iron. This episode, we have Samir Amin. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself to the viewers?
For sure. My name is Samir Amin. I lived in Washington State and I moved to Massachusetts for college at MIT. I'm going to be a computer science major and my main sport, cross country and track and field. I do that long distance, the stuff no one likes.
How long have you been running? Because I know you've been doing this.
I really found my passion in middle school, if that even counts as running, because it's just like kids running around in circles, not knowing what's going on. But in sixth grade, I jumped up to do the 800 meters, which is 2 laps around the track, and then broke some middle school records. And I thought, hey, I'm pretty good at this. I'm just going to continue, see where it takes me. And it brought me to a successful high school career, and now to a collegiate one. I'm really thankful for where I've gotten in my career.
That's awesome. I know in high school you achieved a lot of awards, and now you have the honor to be a collegiate athlete in the UMAC. You're in a Division III athlete. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can't say they're athletes after high school. So I think that's an honor. So what do you say is your drive behind you sticking with this sport for so long and making you want to do it in college and possibly the future?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people just have this drive to be the best possible person they can be. And they bring that attitude to more than one part of their life. For me, those parts of my life, those aspects were athletics, academics, being a good person, really value all that. And I thought running cross country, since I was already at a high baseline, I had some talent in the sport already. I just wanted to take myself to the next level and just train my ass off and be the best person I could be. And I was able to do that.
That's what's up, man. So I know you really are good at school. You go to MIT. So how would you say you are able to balance the schoolwork and the athletics? Because I know just scheduling an interview is hard because you're always busy with school and class. So can you go about that?
For sure. A big part of my academic career is collaboration. People probably have an idea of top colleges being really competitive. And I know some of them are. But MIT is amazing because everyone is not working against each other. They're working with each other. And that really creates an environment for everyone to flourish, everyone to succeed. And I'm totally for that. For homework assignments, it's not me grinding away in a corner by myself. No, I'm collaborating with people. We're all getting this work done so we can, go by the phrase, work hard, play hard.
Right. So you are from Washington, right? Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
So
Washington
high
State,
school,
yeah.
Yeah, what high school did you go to?
I went to North Thurston High School. It's a small, well, not really small. It's 1,500 kids. It's pretty medium sized. We were not crazy in athletics or academics or anything. I was definitely a standout as I was the first person from my school to go to MIT in school history, which was kind of cool. And again, we don't have any outstanding athletes. And so it's cool to be one of those in my school history.
That's awesome. How does it really feel being able to have such a big impact at a school like your high school and your community, being able to go to MIT and really just set the tone for greatness at your community?
It does feel great. You have to think about that. You just have to appreciate it. But I also like to take all the appreciation, all the respect with a grain of salt, because I know, people can appreciate your craft. That's awesome. But at the end of the day, you do it for yourself. You don't do it to please other people. You do it so you can be a better person. And I think that all the praise is kind of like a side effect. It's not the primary goal. it's a side goal. And so, again, I appreciate it, and I just move on, carry on, stay focused on the primary goal, which is like being the best version of myself.
That's what's up. What other activities you do? Because I saw you were like some like a president or vice president of your band,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
playing
The high school,
musician.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. It's been a while since I've done all these things, but in high school, ASB president, which is like of the whole school, it wasn't just class. I was very active in jazz band, marching band, and symphonic band, which, man, that took a lot out of me. Like, honestly, maybe even more time than athletics. And I just love playing the trumpet. It was my thing, and I miss it because I do not play my instrument in college. Just don't have the time for that. It's kind of hard to time manage with just academics and athletics itself. So putting music or an instrument on top of that, it would be extremely difficult. We got that. What else? I was invested in my math club a lot back in high school. Placed second at the state math competition, which is,
Uh,
I don't know, is math is something I like, and I'm glad I'm at MIT, which is a good place, so I can, or it's just a good place, good environment for me to foster my skills in academics and whatnot. Yeah.
well,
Oh, last thing, I can't forget. A big part of my childhood and my high school career was being a Boy Scout, being an Eagle Scout actually. So I joined as a Cub when I was, I don't know, in like first grade. Joined the Boy Scouts later on. Stuck with it for like 6 years. Made some good connections, experiences, and whatnot. And hey, that helped me. It was a good resume booster, I would say. And I'm gonna take those life skills that I learned from being a Boy Scout and hopefully implement them later on in my life.
that's what's up, man. Well, I got two connections to the your answer. You going on? What would you say is like your go-to genre of music to listen to, like when you're studying?
Ooh, this is a good one. I've been getting into music very, very much lately. It helps me keep going, helps me stay focused. Um, so my predominant music taste got to be rap. Like, oh my gosh, we got Little Uzi, we got Playboy Cardi, Travis Scott, got some big hip hop rap names that I love to just bop the head to. But then honestly, that stuff is kind of hard to listen to when I'm studying and whatnot. Great for athletics. When it comes to academics, I gotta flip the switch. Got to turn on some lo-fi, some chill indie rock music, and completely just like be in the zone.
That's what's up, man. I'm
What
glad that
about you?
for
I feel like
me.
I gotta hear your taste too.
Well, I love me some R&B, neo soul, and
Hmm.
when I'm studying doing schoolwork, it's kind of weird, but like like big cinematic sound scores. I like listening to sound scores when I read or do any type of classwork. So
For sure, for sure.
I know you you're at MIT, so you had to take some um, pretty rigorous classes in high school. What classes did you take to help prepare you and get you ready for um,
Uh-huh.
like MIT?
That's an interesting question because, like I was saying about my high school earlier, it wasn't like an incredibly academically focused high school. Like we were outstanding in any sort of way, and our class didn't offer anything insane or like completely unique. I just took generic, um, like AP science classes, AP English classes, AP um, social studies classes. The only thing I can say is that my mathematics separated me from my peers. In that junior year, I took Calc BC. I got a 5 on that AP test. And then my senior year, I self studied Calculus 3. And I don't know, I think colleges really appreciated the fact that I was sitting in this classroom by myself with no teacher, just a textbook. And I was focused on mathematics, which really showed that I did have that interest. I did have a passion for mathematics. And yeah, a college like MIT, I really appreciated that fact.
So it's pretty good for guys trying to go to like one of these elite or high academic universities, finding really something that makes you stick out in math
Hmm.
and being an athlete that help you stick out. I think that's awesome, man. Much respect.
Definitely.
Um, So what was like your recruiting process getting on the track and field and cross country team?
Yeah, for sure. I think every sport does it differently, and cross country and track in particular, I personally think it's one of the easiest sports to get recruited in. Not just because like it's quote unquote easier because there's more like people on a roster and whatnot. Um, I think it's just because it's easy to run sometimes, some generic times that you can compare across anyone in the nation, and then say, oh, like this person is competitive at a certain level. We want him because he's in the times he's run or she fits the competitiveness of our school. And so I've ran some really fast times as a freshman and sophomore. Got injured unfortunately my junior and senior year, so I couldn't put up like crazy fast times. But yeah, those times from my sophomore and freshman year, I would send those to coaches. I sent those. If you're wondering outside of MIT, what like the schools I was looking at, I was basically looking at all the Ivies. I sent my stuff across to the Ivies, and their D1 system. They all have their own league. You guys probably know about that, the Ivy League D1 district or league. So I sent my application to those schools, talked to some of the coaches, and then realized that MIT is the perfect environment because one, not that D3 is less competitive. It's just being in a D3 environment, I get to focus way more on academics, which is something I want to prioritize. I know that I'm going to be doing the sport for a short period of time, only like 4 to 5 more years. And so, um, a job, like a life after college, I'm going to be doing that for who knows how long, or maybe like 80 more years. You never know. So I want to value my college time um, in academics more than athletics. That's why I loved MIT. Just talk to the coach, basically, send him some emails, filled out an online recruitment form, and then yeah, that support. He gave me some support in that my application had a higher chance. It stood out above just regular academic, um, what's it called, applicants for MIT. And so that really helps me getting accepted.
Uh, so it was definitely, which is smart, of like more of a 40-year plan than just a 4-year plan, which I
Oh,
think is,
definitely.
which I think is very, 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 very respectable. And so just for like the people that may not be an athlete interested, but just straight up interested in MIT without the athletics, can you kind of go into your application process and some of your GPA and how all that kind of happened, especially with COVID? I know that kind of messed up some things, but can you go
For
on about that?
sure. For sure. I think a big thing is being confident. Like whatever stats you have, that's good. You can't change that at the moment. You got to roll with it. So, and then don't stress about, oh no, I have one A minus or a B plus. They're not going to see a 4.0. It's not going to be good. I'm not going to get it. No, you can't have that mindset. It's not true. First of all, a 3.9 is as good as a 4.0. You're just showing that you're committed to academics. So don't stress about that too much. Same with the SAT and ACT scores. Like a baseline of, I don't know, anywhere from 1490 to like 1500 range is nearly the same as a 1550 or 1560. Just prove that you are committed to academics in more ways than the scores. And that's the main part. You can't just have like these scores. Everyone's probably been talking about this, or like it's common knowledge. You got to show passion outside the scores. For me, I was being, like I said, involved in math club. Um, and then again, you got to be confident in what you've done in the past. And in the moment, you got to write those essays damn good. You got to be talking about stuff that stands out, stuff that other people can't write about because it's a personal experience. And yeah, definitely revise those essays. Do not crank them out on the day of the application, like the due date. You can't do that. It takes time and it really does help.
Thank you for giving insight on the applications. So if you're interested in MIT, he gave good advice. All right, that's like goat level advice. So can you just kind of let's shift over to young people that are just getting into cross country or just athletes that kind of like, I don't know if a coach is even going to recruit me. Can you kind of give them motivation, or what would you say to a young athlete trying to get to the next level or just trying to finish out strong?
Yeah, for sure. I think first off, there's multiple levels of competition, and at the end of the day, there is going to be a program that's right for you.
Right.
Um, yeah, you just got to find the right one, and there's probably multiple right programs, but really dial into what you want, um, and then go after it. Go send those times. Go um, do the work. Put in terms of like putting yourself out there. Um, that helps. You got to stick with the sport because patience is key. It like success does not happen overnight. I think that a key to my personal success was grinding in the times of or grinding during times where people didn't see that I was grinding. So like our main sport occurred in fall and spring, but man, winter and summer, you had to be putting in the time patiently. You might not be fast or fit during those times, but the more work you put in then, the better you'll be during the season. And so just putting in that work outside of the sport really helps.
So what would you say is the biggest challenge from high school, being a high school student athlete to being a collegiate student athlete, especially at a caliber like MIT? What do you think was like the biggest challenge for you?
Yeah, for sure. You definitely just responsibilities up there. Or in my case, I'm starting to live on my own, just have mom or dad making my lunch, telling me what to do and whatnot. Um, you're in the real world. That's it. You're gonna get a job. You're gonna manage a lot more. There's gonna be so much more on your plate. So being able to time manage is definitely the most important skill. You got to know when you're gonna study, when you're gonna eat, when you're gonna have fun, do your sport, whatever, go to practice. And so yeah, sticking with that schedule, not messing around. I mean, there's obviously time to mess around, but that's like another really important key to success. You got to schedule your free time. It sounds counterintuitive because, like, free time. You just want to have fun. You're not really thinking about time, but no, you got to allocate. Like, it's great to have this free time, but just set specific times during the day, during the week for that.
Right. Um, okay. So what would you say is a typical practice at MIT? Like,
Yeah, for sure. For cross country, we have two practices. The first practice is going to be, on your own effort in the morning, and then the main practice is from 5 to 7. All sports practice in that time, and it's just a run, whether it be a hard workout, which we have 2 a week on Monday and Thursdays. We do like either a track workout or some kind of a fast-paced workout. And the other days, it's honestly really chill. You just do easy mileage, run with some guys, run with a group of people, and just relax. Try not to push too hard.
what's up? Now, you're on Iron Sharpens Iron. So usually I ask the guys this. If you had to put your mental health currently on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say is that about as a student athlete?
I feel like since I'm just a generally more chill, more relaxed guy, probably an 8. Um, yeah, I'm reading this book right now that's really focused, or it, the premise of the book is to focus on the now as opposed to focusing on your future, focusing on your past. Because the more time you waste on like thinking about those things, you're not being yourself at the moment. And my goal right now is to be in the moment. And when I'm in the moment, there's almost no stress in my life. I'm just living life. So mentally, uh, regardless of how much work, how much pressure there is, I personally see through that and just focus on the present. So not too much stress.
All right, awesome. That actually kind of transitioned to my next question where I was like, the listeners or viewers, what would you say is like your best advice to with like a whole bunch of stuff going on, especially if you're a student athlete, college level, you got um, exams and class and like workouts and actual competitions. Like, how do you just like keep that tunnel vision and stay focused on your academics and enjoy what you love, which is athletics?
Honestly, I don't have a good answer to this question. I just like my answer would probably just be like, I just do. I just love doing both.
That's actually a funny answer and a good answer though. Like that's a really good answer. Just like have your priorities, just like enjoy doing what you love and then also get the work done, work hard.
Yeah, yeah. I don't try thinking too hard about like why I love both. I just love both, and I don't know. That's me.
All right. So what would you say is like a part of your daily routine that kind of helps keep you sane and like just get you in peace of mind and like just ready to go?
For sure, music that pumps me up. That controls a lot of the vibe. Helps me unwind and not stress out too much. Um, Aside from that, talking to people is very important for one, mental health as we talked about earlier. And two, just like passing the time. I love doing it, whether it be collaborating when I work or just hanging out. There's plenty of cool people when you get to college. You'll meet so many different personalities, and there's so much more to learn from that you're not really focused on like you're not really focused on anything negative. You're always learning.
Right.
Yeah.
So now we're coming towards the end. I want to ask a question. So what can we see in the future for you, man?
Oh, are you talking like career in terms of how
Like just
fast we're running? So since this has been mainly academic and athletic, both combined in one, I'll just go down the list. So athletically, good things. My injuries are going away from high school, and I'm feeling fit. I'm feeling fast, but at the same time, I got 4 more years. In 4 years, who knows where I'll be? But like, definitely one of my biggest goals is getting underneath that 4 minute mile mark, and that would be huge for me. That would be something I'm really looking forward to. I think about almost every day, and visualization is the key to success. Again, thinking about that every day, it's ingrained in my mind. I want to get that. It's a cool benchmark for most runners. Academically, like I said, just graduating here with plenty of new skills and experiences. That's the goal. I want to be set after college in terms of getting a job and knowing my path in life. So, again, it's hard to predict the future, but I want to be very stable in terms of like I should have the tools to see myself um, succeed in the future, like job wise, relationship wise, um, personality wise, and whatnot.
right. So thank you for this interview. It was great having you, man.
For
Um,
sure. No, thanks for having me. I like what you're doing. You kids watching, for anyone watching, actually, take notes and really think about your self-reflect. When we're telling you this advice, think about what you can be doing to, better yourself.
but yeah, this was Iron Sharpens Iron, and just wanted to let you guys know everything's gonna be fine, and together we can do anything. And yeah, thank you for listening to the interview, and we'll see you next episode.
For sure. Thank you.